I'll take Florida then. Hello, everybody. Right. Right. Anyways, I'm going live for this show, so I'm going to watch it. I think UConn's going to win, but South Carolina has so much depth, they could easily win the game too. But UConn's favored by 6.5. And Paige Becker's playing really well, and so is their freshman, Sarah Strong. And so we'll see what happens. But we'll see what happens. The coaches are both great coaches, but I don't like either one of them. so we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Paige has been to 4 Final Fours and 2 finals now. So she hasn't played poorly in any of the games that she lost, but she hasn't played great in any of the games she lost either. So we'll see what she does in this game. So anyway, hello, Rebecca. She's live. They're going to do an announcement. Did they play again, or are you talking about the other night? Oh, yeah. Some guy died? What? Luka? Oh, he didn't shoot well, but I didn't see the whole stat, but I thought he didn't shoot well or something like that. Yeah, well, trust me, Steve. Not Paige Becker's. Cooper Flagg is the real deal.
And now we ask those willing and able to please rise to honor America and those who support our freedom at home and abroad. Today, the flag is played along the court as held by
you can't always play like the best player in the country.
6A state championship girls basketball team and women leaders in the Tampa Bay area.
Well, that wasn't the discussion.
Representing the colors is the Tampa Police Department Honor Guard. And now, please join recording artist and former Boston women's student athlete Amy Brown in the singing of our national anthem.
Yeah, I don't know why they couldn't get the ball in. Other teams like what was the team? Florida was just playing what? Who were they just playing? What team were they just playing? Who did they just lose to? Auburn, yeah. They had one of those teams had an inbound play where all 4 of them lined up, and then they threw it to him at one of the guys cutting. Why couldn't they do something more creative than the same thing they were doing each time? Yeah, it looked like he was getting held, though, Steve. But I'd have to see, the replay and see it closer up. But I was just watching the game. Well, that's illegal, Steve. There should have been foul calls then. There should have been foul calls. That's the reason. That's the reason Houston was able to come back, because they got away with too many fouls. They did more holding and fouling than Duke did for the calls that were made, in my opinion. What's up, Burl? Really? Are you going to watch the women's game? Between South Carolina and Connecticut. There could be a revenge factor for either team in this game. UConn. So you're going riding right now? Is that why you're not watching it? South Carolina are looking to bounce back from what happened this February on their home floor. Oh. When you look at the matchup from earlier this season, you didn't tape it yet? It's going to start in a couple minutes. You're okay. They're just saying the national anthem. You got about a minute or two before it starts. But we'll see. UConn and South Carolina both wiped those teams out. They both wiped the teams out in the semis. They were both. Yeah. No, this game will be good. It'll be close, I think. But these Final Four, people thought the spread was 14.5 for, I think, for like UConn, and I think it was like 6.5 for South Carolina. South Carolina, they played against a team with a star guard who was a borderline first team All American. She made it by AP, but not U.S. Basketball Association. But she got a silly second foul where she pushed the person dribbling the ball right in the late in the first quarter or so, and then that was it. She was 3 for 3 before that. She ended up with 11 points. They had to have a huge game out of her, and she got a dumb second foul. And I don't know, she's probably going to look back on that and say, what am I doing? And then she got a third foul because they had to play her because they were losing. Yeah, I mean, Cooper Flags. He's 18. Yeah, and he's supposed to be in high school, although he has a late birthday. He's kind of like a half a year in between because his birthday's in December, But still, he's supposed to be in high school. And the best player in the country is a high school senior. Like, he has a better all-around game than LeBron James at the same age, and a more mature game, and he's more composed. But he's not as athletic because nobody's as athletic as LeBron. With the exception of like Jordan in terms of agility and quickness and speed type of thing. But so I'm not predicting him to be as good as LeBron or Jordan, but he's going to be a top 20, top 25 player of all time. And I'm not predicting him to take over the league because Luka and SGA, they're both really young and in their prime. So, they're good for the next 5 years. And Victor W., is probably going to take over the league at some point, in one way or another. Not necessarily like 10 MVPs in a row, but he's going to be the best player in the league at some point. So I'm not predicting him to dominate the league like that. But I'm telling you, he's going to be a future MVP and a future all-time great. Yeah, I watched the 60-point triple-double. I tape all the game. I got YouTube TV. They tape every game for you. You want an All-NBA game? They just tape all of them. And they just went out. Yeah. No. He's not going to get. He's not going to get MVP, from what I understand. People are saying, or maybe he does. Well, I have Olajuwon and Shaq tied, and I see him better than Shaq and Olajuwon. So he's definitely at the worst, he's the fourth best center ever, along with Wilt Chamberlain and Bill Russell and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. At worst, I have him like, you could already say he's the 10th best player of all time. Like right after Kobe, I have Kobe 9th. I usually don't try to rank any players till they're 32 years old. He's only 30 years old because I like to see him finish their prime out, the tail end of their prime, before I can really judge them. They're doing the starting lineup. How far away are you from home? All right. You might be up by. Hello, everybody. Rebecca. Boy, that was my brother. He called right as I went on the air. Sorry about that. Yeah, I like Duke and I like Cooper Flag. I am not in a good mood. I thought Houston got away with holding. I thought it was a cheap call against Cooper Flag. He got pushed before that by the two players in the center. What is he doing? That wasn't a very warm hug from Dawn Staley. That was a mediocre hug from Dawn Staley. I'm frozen? Are you serious? Am I frozen, you guys? I'm back. All right, so I'm predicting UConn, but South Carolina obviously could win because of their depth. But I actually want UCLA or Texas or Notre Dame to win. Underway.
South Carolina. Dawn Staley told us earlier this season our team relaxed. This game, Connecticut saw in February. Here's
Pow pow.
That is an outstanding sign for South Carolina. Dawn Staley told us earlier this season our team relaxes when Pow gets the shot early. They're strong, the talented freshman.
That was too easy. I'm not sure why she didn't use the backboard on that for strong, but
Only a freshman, never seems rattled, never seems sped up in any way. Just the number one recruit in the nation for this year's class. The National Freshman of the Year. Here's kids trying to work strong. Diggs to the hook. They're going to drop it.
you got the Huskies. I got the Huskies, unfortunately. I think Paige is going to get her first championship. I like Paige. I just don't want to hear about the UConn Mafia is all going to say, oh, Caitlin couldn't do this, blah, blah, blah. But I don't like Dawn Staley either. So
Especially when she's going to the left side and can use her step back move. The senior rumbles in, couldn't finish it. Raven Johnson another chance, goes to short. Strong as it knocked away to the foul. Playing against South Carolina. Indy to shoot the basketball. Dawn Staley said she wants no hesitation on shots for half-down. With the hesitation there, long and foul. The other end was on Phoenix her first. Here's Bud. Strong here like that in front. It's 8-3. It's off. Rebound Chan. Chan finds the cutter for her. She got the board. You see how much South Carolina is switching defensively. When Azzi Funk took that first three, it was the big Sanaya Fagan defending her. But at 20 against South Carolina in mid-February. 18 of those in the third.
Huskies by 5, 27 for Paige. She didn't shoot well last game.
Two defenders ran at Page. Beckers, UConn head.
Window shopping.
These teams are so good, Ryan, when they can get out in transition offensively. Your best way to prevent transition is by scoring the basketball, and both teams are doing that at a high clip. Outbound. Not that time. Rebound Alfie. Skipper told us before the game, Purple White Tea, keep it Connecticut. Down to transition offense. Leading. Tim. Bust the foul. You know what I realize when Azy Fudd is aggressive going to the basket. When she is decisive, you see her here getting in, gets hit on the arm, able to finish. Now both bigs for South Carolina with one foul, but perhaps that results in one of their biggest weapons coming in Joyce Edwards. They call that foul on Chloe Pitts. It would be her second penalty, but it clearly looked like it was faded. I think the emotions are very telling on Staley. Yeah, exactly. That was clearly unsafe, yes. They went to a something from Pitts at the front of the drive and thought we didn't see. It's Joyce Evans, the freshman, off the bench with a foul on Jarrell Alfie. Let's take another look. I mean, that's obviously not saying he kicks his nowhere near the play. You know, they can correct this in the break, and obviously we would expect them to. It should be one on Fagan and one on Kicks. That's one on Alfie. 13-11 Connecticut lead. Hall gets denied by Straw. Then bombs into the arms of Beckers. Attacking Alfie. Alfie Lane. Caleb Chen has been really playing some poise here throughout the entire tournament, especially here in the Final Four. That was a nice try.
When I saw Kaylin Chen play during the regular season and even in the ACC tournament, I wasn't impressed with her, but she's been good the last 3 games that they played. You have GDS. What's GDS? Gino?
Sarah Strong is a very good defender here. Switches out, times the block of the pass beautifully. And then on the other end, Jana L. Alfie finishing strong with the left.
Yeah, there's no Caden Clark in this game.
Hey, bro, I'm from the Capital One Bank, guys. Stop by.
Jeff likes to hit a bank shot before it opens every day.
The bank is open. Okay. The bank is open.
You can tell that
Open.
he's just throwing it off the backboard. He did that on purpose. He could be more. He might not make it, but he could put it close. The first one and the third one were obvious.
No fees or minimums on checking account. He's fine with me, please.
The all-new Nissan Armada, starting at $57,520.
We love it.
At AT&T, we confidently guarantee the prompt service used
All right, no spoilers. Let's do it.
avoiding spoilers. That's not guaranteed. It could be anyone, right?
You did it! One win, baby!
Okay, that's pretty specific. You know what's not a spoiler? That you can speak to a tech
All right.
or get a call back anytime.
What's on the menu today, guys?
We'll make it right.
Two hater teams battling out.
This island was the research facility for the original Jurassic Park.
The worst of the worst, we're left here. Surviving is a long shot.
Only UConn could make me almost root for South Carolina. Only South Carolina could make me almost root for UConn. Both I can say that statement both ways, Vadim. I could say it both ways because I don't like either team, so I don't even know how to say it. I have to have arrows going pointing when I say those statements.
You don't know my name, dear.
Of course I know your name. I just get you mixed up with the other guy. What's his name?
Am I cooking? I'm not cooking today. I cooked salmon last night with I made salmons with an orange. What is it? Orange. What's that sauce? Ginger orange sauce with lemon juice and capers over brown rice with green beans almondine. That's what I cooked last night. You weren't here, Rebecca. Sorry. Tonight I had some chicken wings, and I'm going to have some French fries. Today's my junk day. I eat healthy normally. Let's see what Melissa Fallwiley does. If she gets hot, that can be enough just to win for her. If like she gets hot and Edwards get hot off the bench. Fallwiley can create her own shot better than anyone in women's basketball. She can also get you turnovers too.
South Carolina is so dangerous. The talent can break off the bench. That foul was changed from thinking from kicks to fading. So what a piece on Cody Hicks. It's not a fading. 15-14, can't believe. That was one of four at the start. Pass stolen by Edwards.
Nice steal by Edwards. Oh. Like I said, she can get you turnovers. There's nothing wrong with Paige other than UConn. Yeah, I wouldn't mind if she would win a championship if she played for another team. I just don't want her to win one with UConn for Paige. Sarah Strong could be somebody that prevents Juju Watkins from ever winning Player of the Year again. Think about it. The next time they're in competition for Player of the Year, Sarah Strong's going to be a junior. Raven Johnson, she can't hit threes. Now she can't do layups. God, a lot of missed layups and bad dribbling. It's a sloppy game. I'm just watching a guy watch a game. Watch the game. You're not watching the game? Why are you watching the game, Vadim? My Phillies. Oh, I don't follow baseball that closely. Just the playoffs come around, I watch the Phillies, but I usually have to ask people what place they're in. I didn't grow up in Philly, but I lived here for 30 years, so I root for him. Why would you? Yeah, Caden Clark's not playing, so you can't watch it. Isn't there a third team I can root for to win? I'm missing a lot of layups. So I feel like I'm watching the WNBA with.
Still moving after the little handoff to AZ.
Up by 5. Kit's taking on that Kardashian look, like underneath. What is Kit's? Oh. Mr. Terrible's back? Where you been, Mr. Terrible? Let me look at that box score here.
You can't be demanding. You can't be relentless. You can't put yourself first. So put yourself first. You can't dominate. So dominate. You can't fill a stadium. So fill that stadium. You can't take credit. You can't speak up. You can't be ambitious. You can't have any fun. You can't keep score. Stand out. Whatever you do, you can't win. So win.
There's losing, but then there's being a loser. Game time comes with enough
Let's see
pressure.
if I need that light.
Way too often, people are betting on sports, losing, and taking it out on the athletes. Only a loser will harass college athletes after losing a bet. But it happens almost every day. Root for your team. Get crazy when the buzzer sounds. But don't harass anyone because you lost the bet. It's time we draw the line and put an end to the
Is Caitlin overrated? Caitlin's not in college anymore, so I don't even care. What does Kit look like underneath all that makeup? I don't know. What is Dejanay Carrington and who's that other woman that I always forget her name now. Who's the one that played it? Went to Tennessee.
Actually, Mr. Jalen, I do feel a little subconscious. Yeah, and I feel ridiculous. I mostly feel
Let me see which one. Kits. Chloe Kits. Yeah, she has a lot of makeup, probably. Um,
Just $6 meal deal. It's a big deal. You get a medium iced or hot.
she slayed South Carolina her junior year. What are you talking about?
It's 6 toasty hash breakfast. It's the biggest deal in breakfast.
You got put in timeout? I'm not censoring anything.
The NCAA Women's Championship is presented by Capital One. What's in your wallet? And in part by Nissan, power forward. Connecticut, a 5-point lead over South Carolina. Get ready to start the second quarter. Time for today's coaches interview brought to you by Symetra.
Coach Corey, some frustration you're showing right now talking to your assistants. What are you going to say when you get back in that huddle to your team?
Well, there's a couple little things, like we lose contact with one of their shooters. That's fine. But down here now, we set an illegal screen, and then the next time we don't even set a screen. So we got to get somewhere in between. We might figure out a way to get it right. But man, it was a hell of a first quarter, and I'm tired just watching it.
AZ Foot is not tired. She got off to a good start. We rarely see Paige and AZ firing on all cylinders at the same time. What does that signal to you to start to see that?
Well, so far so good. It's important that we get both of them because we can't rely on just one of them. It's just too much defensive pressure. So right now, my big concern is these two guys got to rebound better. Right now, Sarah's the only one. The other two guys, they got to rebound better. And I think we can get more opportunities in transition that we need to look for.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
So according to this, both teams have 9 rebounds. South Carolina has 4 offensive rebounds.
Yeah, and those are the players that you want taking the lion's share of your field goal attempts. They have been so good throughout the course of the tournament and the entire season. You see the efficiency of shooting the basketball in all areas of the floor as well.
Meanwhile, South Carolina starts the second quarter with Tessa Johnson on the floor off the bench. Last year, Tessa had a career high.
I believe Florida will beat Houston.
The freshman really helped change that game against Iowa. And South Carolina went on to win.
A floor spacer, very good from 3.
Becker is another jumper for Paige Beckers. And a touchdown lead for UConn.
A touchdown lead. I never heard it that way. That woman wasn't open. Why did she pass it?
Paige Becker is just coming off the handoff. South Carolina worked on this so much both yesterday and today of how they were going to try to defend it. That's just a tough shot.
Paige got a nice form on her jumper. I've always liked her form.
Beckers with 6. Here's Fagan. And she traveled. As South Carolina turns it over to 5th of this first half.
5 turnovers already.
Daly talked about keeping Connecticut out of transition and then also keeping them down from their normal 3-point average. South Carolina has done both of those things thus far, but it's Connecticut who leads by 7. Strong finish.
South Carolina needs a bucket. They need something to settle them right now. Joyce Edwards, a good option for that.
A 9-point Connecticut lead and 8-0 run. Ready to Johnson gets the
Yeah.
Sarah Strong flicks it.
Sarah Strong is an outstanding defender, both on the ball and on the help side. And one of the things she does really
A 9-point Connecticut lead and 8-0 run. Ready to Johnson gets denied. Sarah Strong flicks it.
Sarah Strong is an outstanding defender, both on the ball and on the help side.
Sarah Strong said, "Get that out of here."
Is block shots, keeps her arms up. No contact, no foul.
Here's Edwards. Edwards working behind the screen from Fagan. Edwards. Oh my goodness, what a soft touch from Joyce Edwards on the poise.
That was I didn't see that shot coming.
Very good at using the bucket, using some dribbles to get her to her spot on the floor.
Bud, short, rebound Johnson, an opportunity for South Carolina to creep a little closer, and Ice Brady picks up her first personal. Remember, Jana Alfie already has 2 on her.
So Joyce Edwards gets the ball outside the 3-point line. Beautiful touch off the glass. And both of these teams have a big, a 4-player who can face up and create off the dribble. Such a luxury.
South Carolina able to end that 8-0 run. Started to come from the field, went home to the end of that first. Here's Fagan, spinning inside, kicking out, falls 3. Raven Johnson, leading partner of another offensive board for Raven Johnson.
And 5'9". She's listed as 5'9", but she is a terrific rebounder both ends.
Edwards gets the touch, freshman, Fagan with hands.
South Carolina's bigs and their ability and willingness to pass to one another.
Horsetails.
Perhaps the best in the country.
Barksdale talks about that all the time. They want their bigs to be able to do everything that guards can do passing the basketball. Beckers, no. Rebound Johnson. South Carolina making a push. Tessa Johnson hails it through traffic. It's all taking a look at screen on Joyce Edwards. That'll be her first personal coverage of the NCAA Men's Basketball Championship game. It's tomorrow on CBS.
Soup says 5 years doesn't count. Yep. It's okay. She did the ESPY speech. It's okay. Rob's working, but he gets off. He might be home from work by now. Let me see.
Oh, that's tough. And you see the frustration for Dawn Staley because Joyce Edwards is a huge piece for South Carolina, not only in general, but in this particular matchup. Again, they worked so much yesterday and today again on that handoff action that UConn likes to run.
Beckers takes the first free throw. Let's take another look.
Really, a guy can
Follow through left arm, yeah.
Is Rob married? Yes, he's married. They're married like 20 years.
It's 4 free throws.
Let me see if he's home yet.
Let's bring in our rules analyst, Violet Palmer. That's a big foul there with Joyce Edwards going out with their second Violet. Is that contact on the follow through enough to warrant a personal foul there?
You know, Ryan, I really don't think so. The ball was already gone. She had to follow through. It looked like she got the shot off pretty soon.
All right, great stuff, Violet. Who would be at the inside? Meanwhile, Cook's unable to finish on this end. Fagan tracks it down. Johnson came in for 3, and again, Lee Johnson, another on.
No, he's not answering.
Here's Tessa storming in, gets the foul against Sarah Strong, and that will be the first foul on the talented freshman who's a little shaken up afterward.
Ryan, when these teams met in the regular season, all those long rebounds that UConn was getting, it was fueling their fast break the other way. South Carolina outstanding.
Am I married? No.
Rebounds here today.
I'm married to Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark channel. Rob and I don't argue much. That's not even true. You just made that up. I wish we disagreed more.
She was reaching in before that, which is where the foul came.
We'll see how South Carolina navigates after a tough second call against Joyce Edwards. She's back on the bench. It's the Fagan each have 1. Alfie has 2 for Connecticut. Sarah Strong has 1. Here's Flood. All on Flood. Into the corner. Shade wide open. And for 3. Alfie keeps it alive. Beckers will fire. No. Raven Johnson the rebound. Connecticut yet to hit a three in this game. They're 0 for 5 from downtown.
The biggest hallmark for UConn on the season, the difference in their wins and losses is their inability to make shots from the three-point line. And their three losses shot 24% from three.
Davey buries the jumper.
I missed.
Ohio Fagan has season. The difference in their wins and losses is their inability to make shots from the three-point line. And their three losses shot 24% from three.
Davey buries the jumper.
Ohio Fagan has the experience and the talent from the South Carolina team.
The lead as they cut to 3. An 8-2 push from South Carolina. Rutgers kicks it out. Miles. Into it to drop. David Johnson gets it across. And he goes to 6 from 3. Fagan. Finds Hicks. Hicks one away. He finishes with Sarah Strong on the rebound herself.
It's marked by Fagan to go at Alfie to play with 3 fouls.
Coming on the attack gets fouled. Easy. So what we need to figure out is if we're not clicking on all cylinders on the offensive end, how do we find a way to win then? So you were talking about before, those losses in the regular season, they weren't able to navigate those games where they didn't have a going for 3. That's why, even though they're cold for 3, they still have the 5-point lead. There's Hicks. Strong looking at one foul. David Johnson tiptoeing. Foul back in for South Carolina. 4 to shoot. Foul. 2 to shoot. Foul. Gets denied by Strong. Able to control inbounds. Deckers twisting, dishing. Sorry. Run off. Pull up. He's good. 11 points for Easy Flood. At 19 in the first half of the semifinal against UCLA. Jesse Johnson, a big one. Short. Strong with the 9th board. Strong deep hits. Gets blocked beautifully by Jesse Johnson. And it'll stay here. 3:50 to go in the first half. Plenty of drama. Through the first 2 quarters, it's Connecticut.
I think they should miss layups to increase offensive rebounds.
The Lion King is now streaming on Disney Plus.
This is our moment.
Nice haircut.
Celebrate the circle of life with your family again.
One more time.
And
It's
again.
52 degrees outside.
Also, The Lion King now streaming on Disney Plus.
Cloudy.
What did you bring back from your last trip? A dumpling you'll never forget. What nature truly feels like. A bit of local heart. A soulmate for the week. Finding out we love a good punch up. Connecting. And that durian is everything they say it is. Everywhere you go with Marriott Bonvoy shapes you, making you the greatest souvenir of all. Explore our entire world of hotel brands and experiences.
Here's another tip from the Tool Shack. Stay in the zone.
The best way to stay in the zone is to stay cool.
The best way to stay cool? Bring your fans with you. I could talk about what I hate to be here. My work, my sport, my
Oh, I hear you, boy.
Some people just know they can save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like you know to check the game is actually over before we storm. Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Back at the national championship where UConn leads South Carolina by 7, and the best freshman in the country, Sarah Strong, has been on full display here. She has remarkable hands. She catches everything thrown her way. She can even block shots in this one. She's got it on the ground for loose balls. She just makes such an impact here. The last block, she was on her descent, still able to not only block the ball, but keep it inbounds. Her hands are remarkable.
Here, Diana Taurasi and Sue Bird the other night calling her baby Jokic with the way she played. So we asked Sarah about that, and Sarah said, you know what? That's a huge compliment to me because I actually study a lot of Nikola Jokic film and try and implement aspects of his game. Strong deep catch. She's the ball for Sarah.
Drawn up for Sarah Strong coming out of that hole.
South Carolina started 5 of 7 there, 4 for 18 since. Strong 8 points, 8 boards for Wiley again. It's going to steal away. AZ Fun to the cup.
This is why they can be such an X factor for South Carolina because when she's in open space, especially in transition, she can be virtually unstoppable. AZ Fun has done a nice job on her here in this first half.
And Wiley's been limited to just 3 minutes in this first half for South Carolina. Here's Raven Johnson, can't pop it in. Loose ball. Dug up that compound. Fud. The reach in.
I saw AZ Fun do this early in the game as well, just able to get in, gets the help side, the poke, and then pushes it out in transition and finishing the other way.
A little more by Laser. Let's check in with Holly.
The game Staley was frustrated with Malaysia earlier in this game. She pulled her out like an overhear said, "You've got to play today." Later, she sidebarred with her in front of the house. She did.
Well, they did in the men's tournament. They came back.
On the defensive end, and if they need her scoring offense, she can help them score when it gets challenging.
I just don't think South Carolina has enough offense. They've struggled to score the entire tournament.
When it comes to pure talent, she has no doubt the highest ceiling on South Carolina's roster. There's games like this week's game against Maryland, where the offense was basically exclusively run through in the fourth quarter.
She can change the momentum of a game within the course of 3 or 4 possessions.
Tries it, kicks it, Jen attacking, gets blocked by Johnson, controlled by Kicks. Big defensive play there for South Carolina. And they pass it on this end. Kicks, deep catch, Kicks. Unable to finish through the contact. Another great rebound by
Sarah Strong's outplaying Kits, and that's a big factor in this. Oh. Raven Johnson could hit a jump shot if I did it for her. I don't know what her problem is. She's a good athlete.
It's the Dillard halftime report. Now, Andre Carter, today Bouquet, with first half reaction and keys to the second half. Outstanding, sparkling, shimmering stars right there at the desk.
Sparkly and shimmery today.
That's right. That's what we call a double entendre.
That's right, because every time they are that in their personality and analysis.
Meanwhile, that turnover was the first of the quarter for Connecticut. Rebecca, anything South Carolina can do to this end to get their offense going?
When Jason Woods was in the game, they went to her and tried to get
22 points and a half.
She's been trying to initiate because she can be a handful, especially against this smaller UConn lineup.
Johnson connects. Big three there, set up by O'Reilly.
You can tell it was Tessa Johnson and not Raven Johnson that hit the jump shot.
Connecticut's filling out the three in this game. And now Johnson comes over to Studio. O'Reilly, people out of the way. Down, can't do it to go, but foul. And free throws here for Marion Dowda. As the personal is called on Ashley Shader first.
So this is the first we've seen UConn's smaller lineup in this game. It's a lineup that's been so effective for them all season long, but in it, what happens?
Yeah, Fall Whiteley, what is she this game? Is she even scored?
10 offensive rebounds for South Carolina. As Dowda takes the first in season 2 of Full Court Press premieres Sunday, May 3rd on ESPN and ESPN Plus. The 4-part docu-series takes an unparalleled behind-the-scenes look.
No one has more than 5 points for South Carolina.
Sarah Strong with her 11th rebound of the half. 7-point game with about a 5-second difference made a shot clock. See how much UConn winds this down here. Daggers, eyes the clock, gets it up, gets it back, 8 to shoot, 8 to Strong, Daggers to the corner, Shane, connects. First three of the game for Connecticut, but knocks it away, and South Carolina with 1.4 to make something happen. O'Reilly lobbing it in, Johnson at the horn, no, and that will do it for the first half. Connecticut a 10-point lead after 2 quarters, and the big three delivering 29 points in that first half.
How many points for buckets? Oh, she only has like 8 points. She should have, I think she has 2 assists. Let me look it up. Yeah, 2 assists, turnover, steal, a block, 2 rebounds, 8 points, 3 for 9.
I think they're being patient. Like you said, they're strong, they're long, so reading what they give us, not getting outside of ourselves, staying slow, staying calm, and easy ball screen, I think. You guys were down big on the rebounding and on the glass. Sarah Strong, I think she's got 11 by herself right now. How can you pick that up? But what do you see from her? Yeah, I mean, Sarah's incredible, especially on the boards. Let's start to the box out. We're letting them get too many second chances, so we got to help her out in box. Thank you. Thank you.
Well, Connecticut have not gotten a single point from the bench. And not his
Sarah Strong has 11 rebounds.
until this one from Ashley Shea to close out the half. Give Connecticut a 10-point lead. Yeah, she loves it. And we love Elle Duncan and Drea Carter today.
AZ Fudd has 13 points, 5 for 8.
Yeah, we have to let you back, Ryan Rucco. And you're right. Welcome to the Dub Halftime Report from inside Emily Arena. I am Elle Duncan. She is our former Lady Ball. I'm Drea Carter. She's our Stanford Hall of Famer and Shenanigans with McKay. Woo! I mean, that's how this game started. You could not have asked for a better start for either of these teams.
Yeah, basketball's all-time winningest coach, Gino Ariema, said it best after the first quarter. Hell of a start. He has the number 1 offense in the nation, UConn Huskies, and this was on full display. The big free show. Sarah Strong said, I can take the ice over a beautiful turnaround. Hook shot. This was a mismatch that Kate Becker gets to the night. One leg.
You could say that the last 3 games, Sarah Strong has been the best player on their team.
29 of their 36 points have come from their big three.
And you've done an incredible start, but so did South Carolina. Remember, eyes on South Carolina's offense to start this game, and they were clicking on all cylinders. Look at the hard cut.
Sarah Strong is probably going to win because she had a good game last game, and Paige did not. So these 3 ends are insufferable. a little chilly.
Their offensive rhythm. UConn kept their offensive rhythm. And we're talking about layups. On the first 9 layups on each side. UConn 6 of 9 for their layups. South Carolina 2 of 9 for their layups. The Gamecocks have to find a way to convert some of those easy ones to get back in the game.
And that's how they play. They like to play fast. They like to score inside and out. So they're making their layups. That allows their defense to set up. Because right now, UConn are playing all cylinders.
All right, that's what we've seen coming out to look specifically at South Carolina. What they need to do is solve the end, but a 10-game point nonetheless. You see it here, the pick of the pocket for AZ Fudge. But barely quiet. Fudge chasing buckets. 13 points. You don't know that reference? I do.
Cartoons, right? Cartoons. It's cartoons, right?
It's a cartoon.
Oh my gosh. Those women are insufferable is a good word.
This halftime report is presented by Dove. Keep her playing, keep her confident.
They all picked UConn, didn't they?
Ladies are fire. Bro, you work here? Take notes. Yo.
Yeah, Charlie, they don't do MVP of the game. I think they do MVP of the Final Four. But she had a strong game last game, so she'll probably get MVP. There's a strong argument that Paige is not the best Final Four. Yeah, I should have. I just didn't feel like getting up. I don't have the remote. I have a TV ears, which doesn't have a remote.
It was good. The love they showed me. It's why I give it back and pass it on, you know? Because it's the assists you don't see on the highlight reels that make all the difference. This is where it begins. A blank canvas. Where we're free to.
They all picked South Carolina? I wasn't listening. I was. My brother called just as they were saying their picks. I don't know.
Here's another tip from the tool shack. How to block like a goat.
If you want to block stains, you need fair ultra paint. Big Shack also helps.
Oh, really? Yeah, my brother called. I heard Andre Carter's. I think she went first, didn't she?
We have 1 spot left.
American Idol due tonight and tomorrow on ABC.
Top reasons future you wants you to move to Ohio.
It's Flip. Hi.
Hi. Never seen you here before.
Yeah, I just moved to Ohio. I landed my dream job.
Awesome.
What do you do?
I'm an engineer. Been here since college.
Nice.
The career you want and a life you'll love. Have it all in the heart of it all.
Ohio commercial?
Or substance. Somehow, it became one or the other. But there is
Izzy Fudd staying at UConn.
nothing until you have everything in the GMC Sierra.
What was I looking at?
APR 2025 Sierra 1500 models or current eligible GMC owners get
Oh.
7,800 total value on select Sierra 1500 models. Live from Lambeau, the NFL Draft is on 6 ABC.
Welcome back to the Dove Halftime Report. Welcome on back as we get ready for the second half. This was a 5-point UConn lead after 1. It has since been doubled. What was the separator and how does South Carolina bridge that gap?
South Carolina has to come out of half fired up. This game will come down once again to hustle plays, diving on the floor, 50-50 balls. Most importantly, blocks. There's South Carolina. She's everywhere, swatting so many shots. But here are some of these hustle plays. Here's the block. She only has 2, but it feels like 20. Easy. Getting her hands active in the pass lanes, getting steals. 3 different UConn players.
That was a nice steal, though.
It's these types of efforts, not playing on possessions that really allow you to win a championship.
The difference between these two teams is so small, right? But it does feel like in that first half, UConn pursued the ball a little bit shooting 31% for on offense from the field is not going to get it. Gotta give it to the captain, Bree Hall. 1 for 5.
South Carolina has 11 offensive rebounds, and they still only got 26 points. How do you get 11 offensive rebounds and still only scored 26 points and a half?
3 points right now with her team down 10. We're coming back here after the break. Stick around. Gotta believe. Gotta believe.
They do have 7 turnovers instead of 5. Don't say he looks bored. Drag queen story time.
Parking is hard to find. Seems like everyone drives.
Offensive, yeah. Is that what their offensive rebounds are all? Are all missed layups.
Hello, evening, sir. Here's the keys. Go easy on my right, mate. Beef Wellington smells nice.
Switch and save. Get more with Geico.
People seem to get upset that I'm everywhere. That's funny. I seem to upset them here too.
Comedy Today watching Quinta today. She started by saying 10M drop. What's a 10M drop? Oh, 10 million drop is nothing. Then you see her face as she reads comments. Oh, really? 10 million drop is nothing? She's not a big Caitlin Clark supporter. I don't listen to her. She didn't support Caitlin Clark when she was not put on the Olympic team, and I stopped listening to her after that.
You know what AT&T guarantees? Connectivity you depend on, the deals you want, and the service you deserve. Or we'll make it right. That's the AT&T guarantee.
Okay, ladies, eyes on the tape.
Happy little tree that lives.
Who recorded over my game footage?
He's a strong little tree. He's got.
I just love his voice.
Great, it's lost forever now, Dawn!
Coach, relax. I've got to save in the cloud.
Innovation changes everything.
The cloud?
With one investment, you can access the NASDAQ 100 innovators who are rethinking the world. Before investing carefully, read
Is this a new concept, the cloud?
and more. Prospectus at Invesco.com.
Sometimes the greatest rush.
Hey Google, play my slow down playlist. It's not rushing at all. The all-new Nissan Murano with Google built in. This is the beginning of the end.
Paige drinking game today every time they mention her.
I'm being called to heal it. You have to show up and you have to touch.
Oh. Hulu.
This halftime report is presented by Dove. Keep her playing, keep her confident.
I think I need some French fries for the second half.
Has a halftime lead because their three are coming up quite big. In fact, Sarah Strong, 1 bucket away from a double-double. A more important stat, UConn 90-2 in the tournament when they hold a double-digit lead. We'll be back to the start of the third quarter after these messages and a word from your ABC station. This has been the Dove Halftime Report. Thanks for watching.
Here's another tip from the tool shop: how to create a home court advantage.
Well, Roman Scott for some fresh ideas.
I did it. Oh, feel that.
Scott with double coverage and 100 feet.
You did these basketball cleats?
Yeah. Don't get the $6 meal deal. It's a big deal. You can medium iced or hot coffee, soft J and cheese, and 6 toasty hash browns. It's the day before breakfast. Dunkin' $6 meal deal.
NCAA athletes don't just compete, they make history. Representing our nation with pride and excellence, they bring home the hardware. Our college campuses serve as training grounds for the next generation of stars. Catch tomorrow's Olympians and Paralympians on the NCAA Championship Stage today.
Find us at Hershey Bar all year with our season passes. We all do. Clippers, Hershey Coffee, Converse, Coaster, and getting our splash zone at the boardwalk. We get unlimited visits and the fast burn. Powerade, Alpha, and Food.
I'm retired from my successful pro basketball career. What are you talking about? This is your dream. Not anymore. Now, I'm going to sell insurance.
Nobody wants to sell insurance.
That's it. They do.
Service career that matters.
Start your real career at coloniallife.com.
Ready, set, Hershey Park. With 170 attractions, including 15 coasters, an entire water park, and our all-new Twizzlers Twisted Gravity, the world's tallest screen display. There's something for everyone. Hershey Park is open. Visit this weekend.
Choose 5, only 6 ABC.
The NCAA Women's Championship presented by Apple One. Getting ready to start the second half in Tampa. And Connecticut 36-26 lead on South Carolina. The national championship on the line for the sports side once again. Ryan Rucco alongside the Hall of Famer Rebecca Lobo. Really fun first half. And even though Paige Beckers wasn't her usual efficient self-shooting, the way she impacts the game, you can see all over.
If she is on the floor, she is going to be impacting her team on both ends. And we saw that in the first half. I think that was able to get an easy look from Sarah Stone because she was on the opposite side of the floor. There's no outside defense there because of all the defensive things we have here. It's a similar to your previous game. She can get to the spots on the floor where she wants to score. And then how about this? Look at the defensive attention she gets the last play and a half, and what does she do? Deliver the ball perfectly to Ashley Shades, getting on his first 3 of the half.
Let's check out today's game track brought to you by Invesco QQQ. They're strong in front with 29 of Connecticut's 36 points. South Carolina has had 8 different players score. 5 apiece for Johnson and Edwards and 5 scored. No lead changes in the second. Also remember, Joyce Edwards picked up that second foul.
Yeah, when they lost Cardoza, that was a real problem. I don't think Paige had that huge of an influence on the game so far. Oh, is she really? Maybe I should change it to Bird and Sue Bird and Taurasi. They're all probably in a good mood. Let me just see.
Started last year, I can't remember. I had 19 points. Like,
Keaton Clark's on.
different people, even if one person's not having a good night, like, it's just on points. And it's hard to prepare for that and hard to stop all of that.
So I think if one of their players can get hot here and give them a little spark, I think would be great. But yeah, and then obviously having Camilla, like that made it really tough on us. We're starting at a par 5 player with 6'1", like just a hard matchup for us.
Yeah, I mean, Sue mentioned it earlier. South Carolina doesn't have that low post presence that makes it so hard to play against them. And you know, Connecticut plays a lot like you guys did, undersized, split the ball, moving around, and they're pushing the pace, and South Carolina doesn't like it. Caitlin, you had an amazing rookie season. Like, you just blew everyone out of the water. When you watch Paige play and you see her in the next level, what are the things that obviously she's going to take the WBA and it's going to translate instantly? And what are the things that, you know, it takes you a couple games to get used to?
I think her poise, like, that's something you need coming into the W. It, like, all hits you so fast. It's like, you're moving to a new city, you're trying to understand your teammates, the coach, while you're trying to live up to all these expectations. And I think that's, like, one of the greatest things about her game is just her poise and her maturity, and nothing ever seems to faze her. And, you know, it's just always the same. She's always the same constant leader. So I think it'll be that for her, but also, like, she can score at all 3 levels. So she finishes well around the rim. Her mid-range game is some of the best I've honestly ever seen. And, you know, obviously she can score from the 3-point line too. So I think all that. And she can play point guard, but she can also play off the ball. I think that'll be an interesting dynamic with Enrique, obviously. And we'll know she's going number 1. So it'll be interesting to see how they kind of put those 2 pieces together and how that'll work.
Yeah, so bad news for South Carolina. UConn is 90-2 in the NCAA tournament when leading by double digits at halftime. So just want to get that little fun stat, which is obviously, you know, says something about Coach Ariema. Caitlin, you have battled against UConn throughout. I mean, you faced them, what, 3 times in the NCAA tournament? 2?
Twice in the NCAA tournament, and then I think we played them 3 times total. We played them 1 time at Thanksgiving tournament and Phil Knight tournament out in Portland, which was really fun. We lost there too. AC had like 1,000 points for us. It was crazy. It was one of those nights where she got like really hot, but lost my freshman year in the Sweet 16, and then lost and then won last year. Sounds fun.
Right. So when you play against a Coach Ariema coached team, what kind of beast is that?
Well, I think they just are so disciplined. Like, that's they're going to do what they do. They're going to do it really well. And also, I think, like, for myself, his teams, like, they always had some of the best scouts against me. Like, you can tell how smart he is. He understands the game. He's coached against so many really good players. And, you know, there were games I would go into, and, like, the scouts were just like, it was just like, come on. Like, why are you going under ball screens? Why are you going drop coverage? But, like, he just made it difficult. Like, he threw different defenders at me, and obviously having Ika Mule last year, like, she's probably one of the better defenders that I've faced. Like, she's just up in your grill, she'll pick you up 24 feet, like, but then he just always has an answer, has different people, and I think that's one of the best things about him. Like, he has one game plan, but then he has something in his back pocket that he can go to, and that's going to bother you again.
Caitlin, how excited are you for this next WBA season? New head coach and Stephanie White, you're adding Natasha Howard, who Sue knows really well, Luana Barner, which I know really well, Sophie Cunningham. I mean, it seems like, you know, from the outside, this roster is ready to compete now, which is easy for us to say. We know there's a process to get there, but, like, when you see that, you see those names come in, what does that make you feel like?
Oh, well, I mean, obviously on paper we have a really good team, but, you know, you only have, I mean, we start training camp, I think, on the 27th, and then, like, we have a back-to-back preseason games on May 3rd and May 4th. So it's like, you have a very short amount of time to put that together. And 7 new pieces, and whether we carry 11 or 12, like, it's more than half of our roster. Like, that's, you know, that's a hard thing within itself, but we should be pretty good. And, like, I'm excited about it. I think what we needed was, you know, we added a lot more experience. Like, in the playoffs, we didn't have that. We were a young group. Even Kels, like, obviously with being with the Fever during her entire career, she hasn't really had the opportunity to play in a ton of playoff games. So having that, whether it's Lily Colson, whether it's Stevie, whether it's Natasha Howard, whoever it is, I think having that experience is going to be really good for us and that leadership in the locker room. So I'm excited, and obviously Steph is like one of the smartest basketball minds I've ever been around. And, you know, everybody knows that across the league. Like, everybody admires her and the way she coaches and the way she leads. So I'm excited to learn from her, honestly.
That's awesome. So you're talking a lot about the team, but what are you focused on this offseason? There was the viral picture that went around showing off your guns. Everyone's wondering Have you been hitting the weight room? Was it the camera angle? What happened?
There's a cancer here. I've been trying to do that for 20 years. AI thing of, oh, come on. But no, I mean, it was like, remember when that Alex Caruso picture came out? Yeah, he was ripped. Because I'm just trying to get stronger.
He's been working on your game.
I'm trying to get stronger, like a lot of time in the weight room. And
You
it's
got
something like I kind of enjoy.
South Carolina has not enough offense.
Like, spend time in there and really work on that part of my game. And, you know, I think the biggest thing on the court is just like that mid-range area. Like I got pretty uncomfortable in there when I would get in there, whether that's like, I didn't really have any floater. I didn't like taking mid-range jump shots. So just being more comfortable, like when I get my feet kind of into the paint. And
Dawn Staley's had plenty of success. She can handle a loss.
and, you know, finishing through contact and little things like that. But I think just going back to the weapons that we've added this year, like there's going to be so many different things that we're able to do that I think it'll be able to make my life a little bit easier, and it should make everybody's life a little bit easier on our team.
So very quickly, Janet Alfie just picked up her 4th foul. So she's going to the bench. UConn is up 11 in this moment with 6 minutes and 20 seconds left in the third. Mylasia Fulwiley just checked back in. So I feel like this is that moment where things could change. Maybe not, but this might be that moment where things could change. Mylasia Fulwiley didn't play that much in the first half. What are you looking to see from her here, Caitlin?
I need a little behind the back layup, something fancy to blow the roof off and get everybody going. But yeah, she needs to get going here a little bit. I think she's one of those players that can really provide a spark for them. So she's so good.
Speaking of getting the crowd going, I know AZ's somebody that you know, similar to Paige. What I love about your guys' generation, the way it's all kind of, you know, playing out. You all played USA basketball together. You basically grew up together, competed, you know, against each other. You know each other so well. What have you seen in AZ's journey?
Well, I think I just admire her and her resiliency, like the things that she's been through. Like it's pretty incredible. And now seeing her success, especially over the course of this NCAA tournament, like how can you not be a fan of her and root for her? But also like she has probably one of the best shots I've ever seen. Like it's just so pure, so pretty, and you know, I know she's not coming out this year, but next year she's going to be pretty high on my draft board. Like I just think she's one of those pieces that will come into the WNBA and be able to.
So Fever going to draft Izzy Fudd?
You know, she just makes shots. She's always poised. And she's a good defender. Like you seen it today. Like she's picking up. She's aggressive. Like she just does everything really well.
Gotta get those hands free, Sue.
That's gonna be me this year. Picking up full court, guys.
Oh yeah, Stephanie White likes that.
Sure.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Wait, so you two, what was it like for you two to play against each other?
It was amazing. You know, I've been following Caitlin for so long and been watching her college career just in the eye. To be on the court and, you know, the first game was in Phoenix and it felt like the last game that was ever going to be played. There was such anticipation. The crowd was going crazy. All the good thing got to see Caitlin and you know, our team play against each other. It really was an amazing moment. And you talked about how, you know, if you could play against anyone that is this new generation. So I got to cross paths with him, at least for a couple games. And to me, that meant a lot, you know? Like, we've been doing this for a long time, and to see Karen do what she does is, I think someone said the other day, I'm like, I want the season to start so I can watch it again.
Right.
Yeah, you got some
to forget to see those moments. We got Amber Cox's number.
South Carolina scored 2 baskets in a row, though.
Kayla, what about you?
It was awesome. I think the first time, because we played at Phoenix, I think I was a little starstruck. I was like, oh my god, but I'm
Listen, we actually, Caitlin, you're our first, so you're gonna kill me. You're our first Zoom guest. You're our first Zoom guest, so this is the first time on the show this weekend I've had to cut someone off. We have to go to break. I want to hear what you have to say about playing against me, running her old ass around.
Oh my god, I was like, stop running, Caitlin.
So if you'll join us for after this commercial break, we can tap back into that story.
Sounds good. Be right back.
Dinas Rossi's almost likable in this video, this thing. I was listening to Caitlin Clark. I didn't put my French fries in the air fryer. I thought they were in there. Yeah, South Carolina doesn't have enough offense. Rob kept telling me they were gonna win because of their depth, and I say they don't have enough offense. They've struggled off tournament to score. It was fine against other weaker teams, but not a team that's hitting on all cylinders like UConn. Yeah, Taurasi's being almost likable. I don't like her, but she's being so nice to Caitlin. It's hard to hate her right now.
Here's another tip from the tool shop. How to block like a goat.
I understand, Vadim. I'm just telling you how she's coming across. I'm not saying I believe it all. I think Sue Bird likes Caitlin Clark. I don't know what Diana Taurasi honestly thinks of Caitlin Clark, but Sue Bird likes Caitlin Clark. I think that is apparent. So I think Sue Bird would have her on no matter what. She said, if you were going to draft all time, I'd have to put Caitlin Clark in the top 3. If you dislike someone, you don't put them in your top 3 all time. You somehow find a way not to. And she didn't have to come out and say that either, even if she believed it. So I believe Sue Bird likes Caitlin Clark, and that's why she's on. But I don't know what Taurasi thinks of her. She started the interview saying that. When did the interview start? Did it start in the second half, or has she been there the whole time? So I didn't switch over until someone mentioned it.
Welcome back to the Bird and Taurasi Show, presented by AT&T. We've got Caitlin Clark with us. Sorry I had to cut you off. It's my least favorite part. She left. But before we left, you were saying what it was like to play against T.
Well, I was saying, like, that game in Phoenix, we only played in Phoenix one time. And it was great. Obviously, we had also there too, but it was a great game. Honestly, I'm pretty sure we were down like 10 or 15 and came all the way back and won. That was like our first win versus a team that was above 500. So thank you. I appreciate that.
All we heard that whole week was like, Indiana, they don't get along, all this. And I'm like, great. And then I'm like, this is the most together team I've ever seen.
Is that one of the hardest things for you as a pro now? Just seeing all the narratives like that one, that your team didn't get along, and just having to literally ignore it, deal with it, even though you know it's not true?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's something you kind of just become used to. It's like people think they know what's going on inside of your locker room, and they just don't. At the end of the day, it's just, the girls that you have in there, and obviously your coaching staff, and that's all that matters. And honestly,
oh, really? So I didn't miss very much.
We honestly had so much fun together. Yeah, we lost our first 8 games or whatever, but we wouldn't have won if we didn't have a tight-knit circle or a good locker room. That's the reason we kind of turned everything around, is just we needed some time. We're a young group, and we figured it out. But yeah, it was really fun, honestly.
Notice we figured it out. The coach didn't figure it out for them.
Double. AZ Fudd has 21 points.
Oh, there's Falwell. He finally scored.
But it's still a 13-point game.
They just need to cut it to 7 at going into the 4th, and they're good.
But don't we all want UConn to win? Why are you saying that?
I'm right in the middle here. I'm just doing good basketball, honestly. You know that.
Good basketball.
You guys can be biased. I mean, you're making excuses in South Carolina. Come on.
Look at a shot by Fulwiley. That's like an NBA shot. Most of the women can't make that jump up in the ground and make a roller, a finger roll up off the backboard.
Exactly.
But this is when South Carolina was my late.
Oh.
Talk about it offense, but defensively,
Lasia Fulwiley's giving him a spark.
There we go. You said it.
She just got to play her more. You're gonna have to take the bad with the full Wiley. You just have to play her more.
Great question. I love it. We were discussing that last show.
What do you think? You guys honestly know him way better than I do. I don't know. I mean,
We're all gonna have to hold that thought. We're all gonna have to hold that thought. We will continue on the other side. Dang, 2 for 2. God. We'll be right back.
okay, ladies, eyes on the tape.
I have a little tree that lives.
Who recorded over my game footage?
He's a strong little tree. He's got.
I just love his voice.
Green is lost forever now, Dawn!
Coach, relax. I've got to save in the cloud.
Innovation changes everything.
The cloud?
With one investment, you can access the NASDAQ 100 innovators who are rethinking the world.
Really, Dawn?
Before investing, carefully read and consider fund investment objectives, risks, charges, expenses, and more. Prospectus at Invesco.com.
Surprise entry into the dunk contest this year, the Affleck dunk.
It's Dawn State. Your coach said let go play that.
That's a big gap to cover for a small dunk.
Y'all haven't seen the way Affleck helps clothes to get? That's my health insurance.
Watch this.
Affleck does pay people money for expenses not covered by health insurance. Get help with expenses, health insurance doesn't cover. Find an agent, get a quote at Affleck.com.
Turn the lights off, it's over.
Ally helps millions spend smarter and save more for the things that matter most to them.
Well, I don't know. I just don't trust Rossi. I don't think she likes people in general.
To Corona, she isn't just a place. She is an element. And with salt and spray, she shoves us relentlessly into the present. That's what's inside every bottle of Corona.
You think Tarasi was drunk when she said reality's coming?
With just a squeeze of lime, the beach is always
You're our first Zoom guest, and this is the first time on the show this weekend I've had to cut someone off.
Well, I mean,
We're all gonna have to hold that thought. We're all gonna have to hold that thought. We will continue on the other side. Dang, 2 for 2. God. We'll be right back. I hate it. I mean, I kind of love it, but I hate it. Anyways, where were we? Is Coach Ariana gonna retire if they win? Diana said,
I don't know. I don't think he will. I think when he looks at winning this year and then having Sarah Strong for another 3 years, he sees an opportunity to build another dynasty. You know, Coach is greedy.
Coach is greedy. Coach is greedy.
Yes.
Should maybe consider Caitlin.
No question. Maybe he's all for me. This is year 40. It is. Young with Paige. I don't know. I think he has a soft spot for AC. I really think he does. I think he coaches one more after this with AC, and then maybe he heads out. I don't know.
Yeah, I do agree with you though, Dave. I do agree with you. What happens to Coach Ariana every time a great player comes through is he wants to stay all 4 years. He feels that way about AZ. He definitely feels that way about Sarah Strong. All right, so we do have a Twitter.
But then after Sarah Strong, there's going to be another really good player.
Exactly.
Is he going to do that?
Exactly. Forever. Never ends. That's the point. That's the point. It never ends. All right, we're going to go to Twitter. Whatever it's called now, read me. Let's see what this question is. I know it's for you, D. Agent Eagle MC2 says, since Paige confirmed getting drafted this year, what do you anticipate about her playing in the WNBA?
Oh, she's going to be horrible in the WNBA. She's going to not even make a roster. You know, she's gonna have a hard time making a roster league. There's levels to this. There's levels to this. I mean, look, she's an incredible talent, and you know, we've talked about the experience, the ups and downs, the injuries, and to be able to be in this moment as a senior and
Sarah Strong just hit a 3.
Hopefully, even won't get going to Dallas. It's going to be a great opportunity, like Caleb, to go to a franchise and really put your stamp on it. I mean, when we talk about Dallas, they've been close to getting to the playoffs the last couple of years. They've been. I mean, she's going to change their expectations and everything that they think a championship should be like.
Sarah Strong's awesome, man.
Yeah.
She's just outplaying
It's kind of similar to the situation in Indiana. Right?
whatever her name's
They
Kits.
have really good players. It's just like, can you kind of come in there and help them put it all together? And I think that's kind of what they need. And you know, they've had some good offseason additions. Kind of made a lot of moves. Honestly, made a few trades, and I think she'll honestly fit right in. So, maybe, and like I said, that arena come to play in too. Like it's a small place. It's loud. You know, honestly, they should move every game to here at the Airlines because I think Paige has that type of draw. Like, she'll be able to bring those type of fans in. I know we're playing there one of our games, but the other one gets moved too. We would appreciate that, Dallas fans.
I hope this interview is on YouTube so I can hear it again.
I love this.
All right, Caitlin, you brought up pick and roll coverage that you saw in college. Some great, some not so great. What was one of the surprises in the coverages you saw in the WNBA?
Ooh, I mean, a lot of trapping. Like, there's just so many athletic 5 players, and they're just so much longer than what you see in college. And being able to play out of that, like, it's hard. Like, you and your post player have to be on the same page, but also, like, once you get the advantage and have a 4-on-3, like, you need to score. Like, you need to execute. That's how you get people to stop trapping. You know? And honestly, early in the season, we weren't very good at that, and then we got a lot better. And honestly, I give Leah Boston a lot of credit. I don't think people don't realize how good of a passer she is. Like, she's a really good passer. There was a few games there where she almost got a triple-double just because she, like, moves and distributes the ball really well. So, you know, you got to give a lot of credit to Leah. But I think just the trapping, people can switch 1 through 5 or, you know, 1 through 4. You know, then you have a quick guard on you, but then you get switched and you have a longer, not as quick player on you. So there's, like, different ways you have to beat that, but you can't really think about it in the moment. It's a lot of fun, but I think I got better at it.
People think, and then people think gospel's easy. There's not a lot to process. Like second one, second row, yeah. And that's what sets you and Sue apart. Is like decisions that people miss. You guys make it before it even happens, and that's what you know.
Okay, so now that you're retired, Dave, you can be honest. What was the most difficult pick and roll coverage for you?
I mean, I think the hard head is always a goal. You know, being a bigger guard, and I feel like little guards, you still didn't get around it. Like, I would always try to fight and go around this as well. So Brian the head was just annoying because he knew that it get off the ball. And that's when you evolve and you try to play off the ball a little bit more. You know?
Yeah, well, I think that's one of the biggest things when I was playing you, like, just the way when you're off the ball and people are, like, hot blocking you, like, just how savvy you are to, like, fool them and pull the rest, and, like, the way you use screens, like, honestly, like, I just loved watching it up close. Like, it was impressive. Like, you could tell you played the game for a really long time. And it takes time to acquire those skills and, like, understand what you did, you know?
Yeah, nothing Dee did was happening by accident. You were the ultimate, I'm saying this in a positive, you were the ultimate manipulator. You manipulated every little situation you could to get open, to get your teammate open, to draw a foul. That to me is where you started, you always had it, but as you went, you started to really separate yourself. You would just draw fouls. What are people gonna do? They get close to you, they pick up. And you got so good at it. You got so good at it.
I mean, who's your favorite rep?
Yeah, are we going to commercial break?
No.
Okay.
My favorite. What is your favorite? Your favorite?
This is therapy. This is a therapy session.
I think South Carolina's going to win.
Lisa Mattingly's my favorite ref of all time. Did she do a ref in college?
No, she like runs the refs.
Okay, yeah, Lisa Mattingly is always my favorite. Really? Yeah. She always did the I got your DP.
Okay, I have to, like, actually have a conversation with you. Like, come on, like, we just want to talk, like, and obviously
I think
to that always, like,
coach
Yeah. They talk about their relationship with the refs, and it's it's a two-way street. You have to meet players halfway, at the same time we have to meet you halfway.
Yeah, speaking of how much D loves refs and technicals and ejections, here's the time Diana got ejected and sent me this photo from the locker room.
Oh my God.
Got tossed.
Talking to refs. Caitlin Clark doesn't have her favorite ref. She probably hates all of them.
I think I picked one up quick in the first quarter, which is you're always doing when you pick up a quick one. And then I picked one up in the third quarter. It was time to go home. So I took my ass back and chilled out, and my team got the win, and we went from there. But how many thankfuls did you get last year? Say that again. How many thankfuls did you get last year? So last year, I think I think the limit is 7. If that's extended, you got 6. I got 6.
I think that's you too. You should know the limit.
I got 6. But this year is career.
Hey, you
too. I can see it. Yeah.
Oh wow, Sue, you're so perfect.
That's good. Okay, Kaylin, over under technical.
The refs love me.
I'm going 4.5. Over under.
Over.
Over 4.5. Under. Over 2.
I already told.
No way. No way.
Yeah, 2.
2.
And it's more games.
Oh, it's more
The thing is, like,
You're on the odds are against you.
I was close to getting suspended for our last game, and like obviously every front office or your GM like probably tries to like get your technicals taken away, and they wouldn't take any of mine away. And I got 2 for slapping the stanchion of the hoop, and then I got another one for accidentally hitting somebody in the eye. So half of mine weren't even like me getting to talk to the ref, which was dumb.
Yeah. I hate those side technicals. It's like, just look away. Why are you looking at me?
Act like you didn't
Just
see
don't
it.
call the foul. No. What are you for?
Oh my god. So we missed the Twitter question that asked me what my favorite technical of yours is. I don't remember. Did you get a technical?
Sarah Strong, 14 rebounds, 17 points, 7 for 12.
That might be my favorite non-call. Like,
That is disgusting.
who would do that? Who would do that?
What an animal. I don't really like that at all. That's
Well, that's my favorite non-technical.
and my favorite non-technical is when we play the playoffs and you gave your mascot and you were yelling at the ref, and I was like, hello, but Kevin, no one's perfect this year.
Yeah, that's bad. You want to be like her or you want to be like me? This is your choice this year. This is your choice.
I'll be in the middle.
I'll be in the middle.
In the middle, thank you.
Perfect. All right, guys, I don't know if you saw, but this is turning into a little bit of a blowout. A little bit of
Oh my God,
We are going to take a look at some memories. Caitlin versus Dean All-Star game in Phoenix. As Diana likes to call it, the ultimate.
that's a setup game.
It's a setup game.
Kaylin, when you're on the next national team, don't play that game. It's the ultimate setup.
It's a setup.
It's a setup.
What did you guys? Hey guys, everybody was smile. I had a great time. Right, look at my cup in my hand. I had a great time.
She's having the best
Thank you so much. I was on that side of the court.
I know you were sitting right next to it, like, Sandy.
Caitlin, thank you so much for coming on. We appreciate you. We'd like to see you guys.
Cheers.
Good to see you.
There's some big threat out there.
So that's it. That's the end of the interview.
You helped me stop it.
Caitlin Clark won't lose the All-Star game ever. I believe that.
Maybe the shooter. There's no higher calling.
You guys done with therapy?
She'd have to be like 37 years old before she loses an All-Star game.
Avengers, you're gone. No one's coming to save the day.
I think we could be the people that are coming.
Yes!
Marvel Studios Thunderbolts. Get tickets Monday. Look at Wednesday on ABC.
I teach a fanology, a job I take seriously. Ask the question of nature versus nurture. Is a fan born or is a fan made? I know this. Nowadays, they make a fan out of anyone. That fandom you, we take it to a whole new level. The NCAA championships, attendance is incredible, passion is magical. Buy your season day at ncaa.com/tickets. Plus,
Well, if I was Dawn Staley, I'd be having a drink right now.
Yeah, it
Hey, it's Ellen, and this is Sarah Gass. And a little thing we love about the Chick-fil-A smokehouse
Hating on Cam?
sandwich is that
Yeah, the game was too boring.
I love that it was
I knew UConn was going to win this game.
and with the mac and cheese, I feel like I tasted that.
Rob and I talked about this in video, and he said 57% chance of Connecticut winning. I said, no, it's more than that. It's more like 2/3. Favored by 6.5.
How do we stream all of these games?
Well, we had to hear a fast, reliable Xfinity internet.
So you never miss a moment while streaming live sports.
I turned on
No, it's the uniform.
who was it? DePope. He was eating pizza and smoking weed, a joint.
For the ultimate sports streaming experience with Xfinity Sports and News TV, save more than $150.
Yeah, there hasn't been a good game, hasn't there? There's been almost no good games.
Action news, weekend evenings.
The men's games were much better.
The NCAA Women's Championship is presented by Capital One. And what's in your wallet? Connecticut a 20-point lead after 3 over South Carolina. Time to hear from Dawn Staley. Today's coaches interview was brought to you.
I'm sure she's looking forward to this interview.
Where do you begin to dig into this league right now? Yeah, bucket by bucket, stop by stop. I mean, it starts and ends with that. We've seen you have that frustrating pull and pull of my lady, you need her points, but she's not always doing everything right defensively. Who else can score for you right now? Where do those points come from? I don't know. I mean, we did a good job at getting the bonus 5 minutes in that third quarter. Got to make free throws. Okay? Tough battle for us, and we're going to continue to battle. Thank you, Coach. Right.
What are they on?
Let's take a look at the Capital One rewarding.
What are they on the free throws? She said, "Got to make free throws." Let me see what they are. 10 for 14. They're not bad. But UConn's 15 for 17. 71%. But they can't afford to miss any anymore.
Of the NCAA tournament as well, and it's just been so impactful here, and limiting what South Carolina wants to do on the offensive end.
20-point UConn lead to begin the fourth quarter of the national championship game. UConn seeking a 12th title. South Carolina a 4th. And a repeat. They came all the way able to finish. Plus the foul.
And this is UConn's super small line.
I think
They have a traditional big on the floor. There's great spacing as a result. KK Arnold just driving, gets a hit pass, and able to finish.
And the Connecticut bench fully engaged. Matty McDaniel getting some time here for South Carolina. As Arnold completes the 3-point.
I can't wait to see the MVP odds for Player of the Year odds for next year. Because Sarah Strong's going to be way up there. It's going to be Hannah O'Donnell, Sarah Strong, Lauren Betts. I guess Madison Booker. Paige is gone. Juju's gone for the Player of the Year. Fly J. Johnson has an outside shot, but she plays even better.
They've only played 3 games all year, UConn, which have been within 6 points in the final 5 minutes, and they've lost all 3 of those games. It's been a while since they've been in one of those situations. But they all talked about just keeping it close and seeing if maybe they would tighten up in that spot. You see, South Carolina has handled those situations quite well, but obviously right now, a lot of work to do for the Gamecocks to create a moment like that. Arnold stops, James gets fouled again by Samuel. And free throws here for KK Arnold.
UConn always has terrific space. facing offensively, but especially when they have a lineup that looks like this. They do not have a player, over 6 feet tall on the floor, able to space you out. Every one of these women on the floor can face up and drive by. We've seen that now 2 possessions in a row from Arnold.
We talked about it. We saw this lineup with Audrey Griffin at the 5 on the line in that regular season matchup against South Carolina because Sarah Strong was in foul trouble.
Olivia Miles for Player of the Year? I don't know. Sarah Strong, man. The way she's played in this tournament. Olivia Miles won't get that much better to next year, but
South Carolina is without that's worth mentioning. Ashlyn Watkins, who was a huge game changer for them a season ago. Tore her ACL earlier this season. No question they have felt her absence the last couple of months without her.
Perhaps the most athletic gauge in the country. And her ability to impact both ends of the floor.
well, it'd be a different game if she was here. But
South Carolina, UConn basketball.
South Carolina continuing to extend its full court pressure. Has not been a problem so far for UConn.
Strong back in. Beckers, Bud, Arnold, and Shade. Powell, Tessa Johnson, Bree Hall, Maddie Daniels. Both kicks for South Carolina. Here's Beckers. Her jumper is good with a hand in her face.
You cannot defend that handoff any better than South Carolina did.
14 for Beckers, steal from Shade, fouled by Pitts. And the Connecticut defense just suffocated.
how do they get blown out? Because they're not that great a team. They have no superstar. They don't have any. Name a great player on their team. Name one great player on their team. UConn has. I know. I'm just saying. That's. I've been saying that all along this year about South Carolina. They have no great players. UConn has at least 2 great players and 1 very good player. After they lost to UCLA, they looked really good for a while. And then near the end of the year, they lost some games. But they did beat a lot of good teams this year. They had like they beat 10 ranked teams. I think South Carolina's coming back to win this game. Look at Gino. He knows he's won. He's not even smiling. The bench is happy because they're going to get to play the last 4 or 5 minutes of the game. Yeah, Gino's not retiring. Certainly not this year. He's got Ezzy Fudd coming back along with Sarah Strong. That's enough right there with all the other 5-star recruits he gets.
And what's remarkable is we're 3 minutes into the fourth quarter. Oftentimes you see teams play like that in the first quarter. You kind of still doing that here into the fourth.
Rob it into Edwards. Edwards can't get the bank to drop. Strong just
How about if you were a recruit and you go to Dawn? Dawn, I saw you guys in the national finals game. I don't know if I want to come to your school. This whole courtroom's out of order.
issue with the shot clock there that they want to get right. Flap from Strong. We hear the UConn fans in love with what they've seen so far today. Riley dashing through. Beautiful finish from Malaysia for Riley, the star sophomore. It helps you just 4 points today. Bud takes the three. Strong does as well. Bud gets a clean look. The loss, and Edwards couldn't handle the rebound. He's going to stay here with UConn. UConn has hit just 3 threes in this game. I think if you would have told anybody before the game, hey, UConn's going to go 3 for 14 from 3, they would have thought South Carolina's going to be right in this game.
They had just 6 fast break points.
South Carolina's coming back. They got it down to 27. Oh. Nice hesitation move. She stared down Fall Wiley. He's going to try to do the same thing to her. Oh, my God. She has talent. She needs to get out of South Carolina and play more minutes. Rob doesn't agree with me, right? She needs to get out of South Carolina and play more minutes. She needs to play like 30, 35 minutes a game. And you're going to get some bad things from her. If you don't want him to run it up, stop him. Oh, that was a stare down by Arnold. I wouldn't do that to Fall Wiley. You got to play against her next year. What grade is Arnold in? Fall Wiley's better than Arnold.
UCLA by 34, the largest margin of victory in the Final Four game. Bud leading, can't hit, got it back. Packers will run more clock.
This is a disciplined, intelligent team when it comes to
KK Arnold's a sophomore too. 22 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals, 3 blocks, and only 1 turnover for Strong. And she's 9 for 14 and 2 for 3 from threes. You can't lose a 30-point game. Put your subs in. Even Duke couldn't blow this game.
Introducing the gold with daily chicken chicken from Taco Bell. This for a limited
Here's another tip from the tool shop. Not to deliver big. You're ready to deliver big.
Like a little hungry away, am I right?
Of course. No. Got your home delivery. Get on the way.
Fans hate it when you can't deliver at home.
People seem to get upset that I'm everywhere. That's funny. I seem upset from here too.
Introducing
All right.
Body Wash, powered by Shea Emulsion Technology, delivering warm, moisturizing shea droplets with every wash. It leaves your skin visibly moisturized for 24 hours, so you can show that glow.
Juju USC is pissed. They weren't going to beat Connecticut anyway. She can be pissed all she wants. I don't think they were going to win that game. Gino would have figured out how to cover Juju to limit her effect on the game, and the rest of the players aren't going to be good enough to beat UConn. I don't think it mattered that Juju got injured. She wasn't winning this championship. I didn't see USC winning that game. Gino's too good a coach. He would have outcoached Lindsey Gottlieb and figure out a way to minimize Juju. And she's inefficient offensively anyway, so. And Paige is efficient. So is Sarah. So is
for Fagan, Powell, Reagan Johnson, Marie Hall. We asked Dawn Staley yesterday about whether or not she's thought about it being a final game for so many of these impactful players in her program who have won a couple of national championships here, have been to Final Fours every year of their collegiate careers. And Dawn said that the thing she feels great about is there's nothing missing from their resumes. They've accomplished everything they set out to here. And she also knows they are prepared to make an impact at the next level. So whatever role they have on the team, she knows they're going to go into a camp. That coaching staff is going to say, I like their work and I like what they can bring. And that's the way Dawn Staley prepares her players.
And she also said these women have grown into resilient young.
when is Juju taking? When is Gino taking her starters out?
Really proud of that as anything she's helped them accomplish on the basketball court.
And obviously, today is not the day for South Carolina. This has been a brilliant performance from UConn. But you can't say enough about the program that Dawn Staley has built in Columbia. This is 5 straight Final Fours. They have won 3 championships over the last 9 years. They have won 2 of the last 4. And you know they're not going anywhere. They will be a premier power in college basketball for as long as Dawn Staley is at the helm. Edwards can't finish. Sarah Strong, 114 points in this NCAA tournament, the most by a freshman in Division I history. I think Diana across his baby Jokic comp is pretty spot on. As Gino Auriemma is going to take a timeout, get Caitlin Chin back in, KK Arnold will receive a nice hand. 2:20 to go. The Magic faithful behind their bench on their feet. Beckers want to shoot off one leg. Can't drop it in. Rebound kicks and it's taken by Shea. And you got to run more clock.
Why are Paige and Shara Strong in there?
At that time, the question was, could UConn compete with the best in the country? They had lost.
They should have taken Paige out separately and then taken everybody else out together.
We expected to go to the locker room and see them really celebrate that win against the Gamecocks. Instead, we saw them totally businesslike. He said that gave me a good feeling for what was to come. Paige Becker said it wasn't celebratory, it was motivating. It was the first example of what we really could be. And it's exactly what they have been over the last couple of months.
Minute 32. He waited till a minute 32.
The emotion pouring out of Paige Beckers as she hugs the entire UConn coaching staff. We were talking to her yesterday about her relationship with Gino Auriemma. And she said it is definitely one of one. I say it's tough love, but I feel like I can talk to Gino about anything. I go into his office, we chat about golf, or how to handle pressure, how to navigate social media, managing money. Said, yeah, he's sarcastic. Yes, he has that quick wit. But the reason the relationship is so special is because I'm willing to give it back to him. Under 1 minute to go. Edwards the block.
Is Gino a better coach than Pat Summitt, or did he just recruit better?
Connecticut will be the first Division I program to 12 titles, all with that man at the helm. Wiley buries the three.
That looked like too easy for full Wiley. Like she could really get hot, I think.
There's the violation. And there's the buzzer. It's an even buzzer for Gino Auriemma.
I don't know who's a better coach, Pat Summitt or Gino Ariema, but I think it's very close. I know he's up 12-8 right now, right? But what if he was a just much better recruiter?
You just never know if you'll ever be back in this situation again. And there were so many times when, I think we all question, like, have we been here too long? Is has it been time? And
Don's a sore loser. We found that out when we saw the Olympic team roster.
maybe you want to hang in there every day. And this team has changed so much from the beginning of the season.
Yeah, I missed part of that conversation with Caitlin. I want to hear the whole interview again.
Scrimmage, we lost the scrimmage. I thought we would make the NCAA tournament. But this is, they've all been gratifying, don't get me wrong. But this one here, because of the way it came about and what's been involved, it's been a long time since I've been that emotional when a player walked off the court.
We saw that hug with Paige. All that she's been through, all that she's fought through. When you're in that hug, coach, what do you say to her?
I love you. That's all I can say. I love you.
As your players continue to celebrate, Paige has been there for a while. AZ was brilliant today. All she has had to fight through. And your freshman Sarah Strong, your big three delivering. How do you describe the talent and the great spot that you are in?
Well, it's amazing to have three people like that on the same team. And Sarah, you would think Sarah was graduating the way she plays, right? But all three of them complement each other so well. They all have such unique skill sets. About 2 months ago, this team fell in love with each other. At first, they would play, and it was like, yeah, we like each other, and we like each other a lot. We spend a lot of time together off the court and on the court. But I think after the Tennessee game.
So my question is, and I might do a video about this, why is the media sleeping on Sarah Strong? Why? They slept on Hannah Dago because she said that tweet about gay marriage being a sin. But why are they sleeping on Sarah Strong besides the fact that she's not a super exciting player? Yeah, I wasn't sure about AZ Fudd throughout the year. She was so inconsistent. I'm happy for Paige. I hate Don more than I hate Gino.
Just so much gratitude for everything this program has meant to me, for how much my teammates mean to me.
I'm glad she got her championship because Caitlin Clark's going to be winning championships in the WNBA for the next 10, 12 years. Not her, I think.
Everybody, I can't even name all the people. Everybody here takes a village to do what we do here, and everybody's important to the team's success. And you see the 14 players and coaching staff, but behind the scenes, there's so much work that goes into what we do, and there's just so much gratitude. And the strength conditioning staff.
Sarah Strong must get most valuable player. She had 2 big games in the Final Four.
You, and it hasn't always been easy. How has he gotten the best version of Paige Beckers? Yeah, he told me he loved me, and I told him I hated him. So, no, I love that. I love that man like more than words can describe. And there's a lot of times I don't, but it's because he's challenging me and making us all better in ways we never even know we could. And he always has our back. That's the thing.
I'm afraid she won't what? Win titles?
Nothing but bad things to say, but he always has belief. He always has your back. And just the relationship that we have, I can't even put into words. It took a long time for you to become a champion. I know you had your COVID year messed up in high school. You had to wait and wait and wait for this moment, Paige. As you celebrate, the confetti's coming down. How do you just so grateful that you were patient and waited. Yeah, if I could say one thing, it would be to stand firm and who you are. There's a lot of people who write you off. There's a lot of narratives that can be trying to put you in a box, tell you got to do this, you got to do that, you got to be more like this player, you got to be more like that player. Stand firm in who you are. There's people that doubt you because they think you're doing it on your strength alone. We lean on God's strength here. And if through God's power, for God's purposes, we're not doing this alone. And we have a village that we lean on. And just do it for people who believe in you and always stick to who you are. Yeah, Coach told me before the game, all I need for Paige is for Paige to be Paige today. And now you're a champion. Congratulations. Thank you. Thank you. Got it.
Okay, Packers, a champion. Their final collegiate game, UConn, an 82-59 win over South Carolina. We'll be back with the trophy presentation in a moment. The hugs, emotional for UConn. This was the longest drought they had since the.
So what do you guys agree with me that the media has been sleeping on Sarah Strong? They haven't been hyping her very much for considering how good a freshman she is. I mean, she didn't win Player of the Year as a freshman like Paige did, but she made second team All-American, and she kept getting better as the season went along. What was Staley post-game beyond? Who knows? Would they win by 33?
Excellent nutrition. Introducing Alpha Dog, the winning formula for the Husky who expects nothing but excellence year after year. Huskies who know what winning tastes like. Each golden trophy-shaped morsel is packed with victory. That's served in our commemorative championship bowl.
Oh, yeah. No, she doesn't give flowers after she loses. She only does it after she wins. I'm just saying, if you want to, they're trying to talk about generational talent. I wouldn't sleep on Sarah Strong. We'll see how good she becomes, but she was a beast in there. Give her some Pampers.
Your national champions here in 2025. Gino Oriema through the years. Back, starting with Connecticut in the late 80s. Won their first championship in 95. Went through so many stars. And you know what? The face has changed some. The eyes eventually needed some aid. The hair got a little grayer. But one thing has remained the same. And that's he's a champion. And now the pilot of title number 12 for UConn. And Gino Oriema, he said to us yesterday, if we play like we did the other night against UCLA, we're going to win. They certainly played like that. Absolute dominance in the semifinal and today from Gino Oriema's team. Just incredible connectivity, rhythm, defensive ferocity. You look at the most national titles by a head coach. Gino at the top of the mountain with 12 now. Got some with 8. Kim Mulkey with 4, 3 of them at Baylor. Don Staley with 3 titles in the last decade in South Carolina. And Tara Vanderveer, the legend at Stanford, with 3 before retiring.
So Don Staley stuck at 3 then. Still one behind Kim Mulkey. I'll be honest with you, I've never had the fear of losing. I never understood that saying. I have fear of making a mistake, but I don't have fear of losing.
Tennessee in 1987, Louisiana Tech in 1988, and then Baylor in 2005. run of historic dominance for UConn in this particular tournament. Only real gut check time you can think about was down at the half against Oklahoma, and they rolled it out after halftime, and then USC making a push at the end of the third to cut it to 5, but UConn a dominant fourth to pull away. Sarah Strong with 24 points, 15 rebounds, 5 assists. Paige Becker, 17 points, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists. Daisy Fudd with 24 points on 9 of 17 shooting. We are getting set for the trophy presentation here in Tampa. Now entering this year, Paige Becker was one of 18 UConn players all time to play in 4 Final Fours. She was the only one who had not won a title. She has now. Time for the trophy presentation. Let's get it to the podium. And the best in the business at it, Holly Rowe.
Well, thank you very much, Ryan.
Holly Rowe, best in the business.
All the fans who are here making this another incredible 2025 Women's Final Four National Championship game. The fans have been incredible.
Oh, well.
And joining me here on stage is Vice President of NCAA Women's Basketball, Liz Holtzman. Thank you for being here. And now to present our trophy, Dorita Dawkins, the committee chair of the Women's NCAA Women's Basketball Committee. Dorita?
We'd like to congratulate the University of South Carolina on a great season, but now we would like to, on behalf of the NCAA and the entire Division I Women's Basketball Committee, present the championship trophy to the University of Connecticut and Coach Gino Ariema, who's over here giving hugs.
He's still busy coaching, even in this moment.
I don't think Gino's retiring. If I had Sarah Strong to coach for the next 3 years, I'd probably wait. Although at times he looked a little burned out the last couple of years. But
What is it like for you to stand on this stage today with this group of very resilient players who had to fight through so much to be standing here today?
Well, first I want to congratulate South Carolina for getting here. It's incredibly difficult to get here. Second, I want to thank UConn Nation for showing up. They always do.
UConn Mafia, did he say?
The greatest fans in the world. I think all of my former players that are here.
Paige is going to have she's going to be a great player in the WNBA as long as she doesn't get injured. I think she's got a great all-around game, but she's not as good as Caitlin Clark.
You know, this is such a hard thing to do. This is now the 12th for UConn basketball. You told me yesterday there were 100 people at your first UConn basketball game. There's probably 100 million that know about the UConn women's program now. How far you've come to now stand atop this mountain by yourselves. The most of any men's or women's program with 12 national championships. You're the winningest
He passed up Phil Jackson too.
You've done it as a coach to be that brave.
This is one of those things that happens. It's funny. This afternoon I went for a walk, right? And as I'm walking outside the hotel, at one point I said, hey, dear God, I don't need one of these, but damn, my players do, man. Can you do it for them? So I think it means a lot to me personally, obviously, that we can still do this after all these years. But I've said this 100 times.
Tomorrow I get up in the morning and I'm the same person, I have the same things and same friends and same family. But these kids, their lives have been changed forever. And I'm glad that I had a part in that.
Thank you so much, Coach. And now to announce the most outstanding player of the 2020 Women's National Championship game and Final Four, AZ Fudd.
AZ Fudd. AZ Fudd over Sarah Strong?
I hope you don't mind me saying this, but I remember when you played in your last national
Whoa.
championship, you didn't feel well, you were sick.
Wait a minute. What had this is a Final Four. Sarah Strong had a strong game last game too. What? Okay, I'm in. AZ Fudd got 24 points, 5 rebounds, 3 steals, and assists. What?
People I'm with every single day, they support me, encourage me, I lean on them, and they're there for me every day. My family, the coaching staff, the support staff here, just the people I surround myself with. I think that, their resilience then feeds off into me.
I saw you with this beautiful hug with your mom and dad. I know they've poured a lot into you, as has this entire team. The lowest moments to the highest of highs right now, how have they lifted you up?
Every single day. I mean, they're the reason I'm playing basketball. They taught me most of the things I know. So shout out, where are they? Shout out mom and dad. But to be able to say.
Okay, last game, Sarah Strong was 9 for 13 with 8 rebounds, 2 assists, a steal, a block, 22 points. AZ Fudd was 19 points, assists, and 3 steals. Where are we go? Who's voting? 7 for 12.
Stay here. Okay, we've got the seniors going out. We've got the freshman that has been absolutely brilliant. Paige, what do you think of this crowd?
Brilliant. I'd be pissed if I was her.
And what are your words for the future of this team? Well, obviously, thank you. This turnout has been great. Tampa's treated us well.
Go look at the 2 stats in the last 2 games.
I want to say a special shout out to our managers and
Wow.
who came all the way from stores.
Wow, the media does not like Sarah Strong.
Everybody here to support a sold-out crowd. That's a great environment.
Who voted for?
And this team is in great hands. I'm not worried about them at all. Obviously, the coaching staff speaks for itself. But these players, we got the blueprint now. We know how to do it. We know what it takes to get back here. And they got a whole lot of heart, a whole lot of passion, a whole lot of faith.
Man, I'd be pissed if I was Sarah Strong. I'm sure she's not worried too much about it. She's worried about her fact that she got her championship, but she said an NCAA.
I'm more proud of my teammates. I mean, I feel like we did a really good job just executing everything and staying together.
All right. Well, thank you so much. Good job. Your 2025 NCAA Women's Basketball Champion, the UConn Huskies.
What am I missing? I saw both games.
All right, Holly, thank you very much. Ryan Rucco alongside the Hall of Famer Rebecca Lobo. Let's start before we get into UConn here with South Carolina. Rebecca wrapping up their season. Incredible program that got back to the national championship. Just running into a UConn bus.
Well, when you win a title, you're so happy about the title, nothing can really ruin your night at that point. Unless your mother dies or something like that. But still, that's not really the point.
He's done such an incredible job as well building that program, but certainly a team that is going to be very, very good again next season.
Meanwhile, for UConn, you saw the way Gino Oriemo is emotional there, talking about how badly he wanted this for his players, and what a dominant run from this group through this March early.
Brandon Stewart got it as a freshman. So did Cheryl Miller. In fact, 4 women before have gotten it before. Tanya Edwards and Clarissa Davis in 86 and 87.
He pours in so much to his players, and it starts in the preseason and goes throughout the course of the year.
I don't care what grade you're in. She got ripped off.
To one another and to him and his staff. And as a result, you see what we've seen for the last 6 weeks, and that is a UConn team that's been unbeatable, that's been on the ascent, that's found a love for one another, and it's just incredible to watch what
I'm more upset than she is. She will be the favorite. She probably Hannah Dago will be up there. Lauren Betts will be up there. Outside chance for Madison Booker and Raven Johnson and Olivia Wiles, but yeah, remember in the beginning of the year, Rob and I did a video, and ESPN had this not too early ranking of the college teams. They had UConn 5th, and we knew that they were getting Sarah Strong, the number 1 recruit, and that Paige was coming back, and AZ Fudd was coming back, and they had 5 injuries last year, and they were getting all those players back, and they made the Final Four without that, all those players. I said, why aren't they seeded like first or second after South Carolina? And gradually they kept ranking them higher and higher when they kept doing their rankings. But they had them 5th at some point, and I was like, where is that coming from? She doesn't have to pay. You don't have to pay dues. I don't believe that. Sorry. It's just it's just stupid voting. I don't know if the same people voted for that as the one who vote for Player of the Year for AP or whatever. I don't know who votes for it. You don't got to pay dues. There's no dues to pay. It's whoever the best player is. It's not the best upperclassman. Wow. There's no way you can convince me that was right.
We know that she's got them supporting us to give us that good juju, you can say.
Anyways, I'll see you. I feel bad for that. Yeah, people gave her a hard time about being rude about that Final Four question. She winks at the guy. She was just, I think she was having fun. I don't know. I mean, Pat Summitt was the first dynasty, so she kind of got things going. But I get your point. All right. Hey, listen, I'll see you guys later. See you tomorrow night. All right, everyone, if you come by, I'll do a live show. Talk about this. I'm happy for Paige. I'm not happy for the UConn Mafia. And we'll see you long later. Good night, everyone.